Google was supposed to drop its biggest AI model of the year on stage at its own event, and at the last second, they pulled it back and said, "Give us another month." People in the crowd actually groaned out loud. Now, there's a tiny clue sitting on Google's own website hinting the model's about to drop any day, leaked internal builds floating around, and a list of features that, if true, could make this one of the biggest releases of the year. So let me break down exactly what's leaking, what to actually expect, and one real problem that could decide whether this launch is a win or a flop. I'm the AI voice clone of Fred. He runs an AI powered online course business and he makes videos on the latest AI news, so you're always up to date. If you want to learn how Fred made over 5 grand in 48 hours, he's made a free course, link in description. You can also book a free one-to-one call with Fred or a member of the team, and we'll give you a custom step-by-step roadmap for you to get to $10,000 a month and more using AI. Spots are limited. So here's how we got here. Google held its big event back in May, and everyone walking in expected the new top-tier model Gemini 3.5 Pro to launch right there on stage in front of everyone. It didn't happen. Google's CEO basically stood up in front of the crowd and said, "Give us another month," and you could hear the room actually groan out loud in response. What did launch that day instead was a smaller, faster version called Gemini 3.5 Flash. The big model, the one everyone actually came to see, got held back for later. Now, more recently, people digging through Google's own website spotted a tiny tag sitting on the current model page that just said 3.5 Pro coming soon. That's it. That's the whole clue. Just a few. Quiet words left sitting in plain sight. On top of that, leaked internal builds have been floating around online, including one under a code name that people believe is an early version of this exact model being tested before release. So this isn't some far-off rumor anymore. This is weeks away at most, and it could honestly be days. Now, let's talk about what's actually expected when it lands, because the leaks are pointing at some serious upgrades across the board. First up, a massive memory. This model is rumored to handle around 2 million tokens at once, which sounds technical, so let me put that in plain English. That means it could read and hold an enormous amount of information in its head at the exact same time, rather than forgetting the beginning of a conversation by the time it reaches the end. Think entire books, huge stacks of documents, or long recordings all processed together in one single pass instead of being broken up into little chunks and fed in piece by piece. Second, there's talk of a deep thinking mode where instead of firing back a fast answer, the model actually slows down and reasons through a harder problem step by step. That usually means fewer dumb mistakes on the stuff that actually requires real thinking. And third, much stronger multimodal skills, meaning it can work across text, images, and video together instead of being limited to just words on a screen. By the way, if you want to learn the exact system I've used to make over 5 grand in 48 hours using AI and online courses, I've made a 100% free course that shows you exactly how I did that step by step, so you can just copy me. The link is in the description below. And if you want deeper guidance from me, you can also apply to book a free one-on-one call. On that call, I will give you a customized roadmap for you to start making money with an AI digital product. No previous experience needed. Spots fill up fast, so book yours now. All the links are in the description below. Fourth, and this one's big, if you build anything online, way better visual and front-end generation. The leaks say it's gotten significantly better at creating things like clean web layouts, small interactive tools, and even animations just from a written description. And fifth, smarter agents. There's talk of tighter connections between tools and even a rumored always-on assistant that could handle multi-step tasks across different apps on its own. I want to be clear though, that last one is still just a rumor at this point, not a confirmed feature, so take it with a grain of salt until we see it for real. So what's launch day actually going to look like? Based on how Google has handled recent releases, expect it to be quiet. No big countdown, no major stage event, probably just a blog post and a page full of benchmark charts on an otherwise normal day. Most signs point to a release sometime soon, and the smart move isn't to switch everything over the second it drops. Let it settle for a week or two, see how it actually performs on real tasks, and then decide if it's worth switching to. Now, here's the part I think actually matters most. The problem nobody really wants to talk about when they're hyping up a new release. Some of the early leak builds reportedly weren't great at all. People who got their hands on them found the model getting kind of lazy on long, complicated jobs, the kind that take real sustained effort to work through properly, and it stumbled on some of the harder reasoning and coding tasks people threw at it. A few reports even had those early builds falling behind rival models that are already out and available right now. Now, to be fair, that's an early checkpoint, not the finished, polished product that's going to actually ship. And it's probably exactly why Google pulled the launch back an extra month in the first place to fix exactly this kind of issue before it ever reaches the public. So, the real question for launch day isn't whether it's powerful on paper, because on paper it sounds incredible. The real question is whether they actually fixed that laziness problem before letting it out the door for everyone to use. So how does this actually compare to what's already available right now, today, that you could go use this second? The current model in this family, the faster Flash version that did launch back in May, is already genuinely strong, and it actually beats last year's top model on a lot of coding and agent-based tasks, which is impressive for something considered the smaller, lighter option. But it gave up some ground on the really hard reasoning side of things, the kind of tasks that need the model to slow down and think rather than just respond quickly. That's the exact gap this new Pro version is supposedly built to close, with deeper thinking built in and stronger multimodal performance across text, images, and video. The trade off, and there's always a trade off, is that it'll likely be the more expensive option to run once it's out. So, the smart play once it's actually available is using the heavier model for the genuinely hard jobs where it counts and sticking with the faster one for everything else day to day. So, who actually needs this when it finally drops? If most of what you do day to day is quick, simple stuff, short questions, basic writing, quick replies, you honestly probably don't need the heaviest model in the lineup. The faster version is going to be plenty for almost everything you throw at it. But if you're regularly working with huge documents, long recordings, complex builds, or deep research where the model genuinely needs to hold a lot of information at once and really reason through it carefully, that's exactly where a model like this is going to earn its spot in your workflow. Be honest with yourself about the kind of work you actually do on a daily basis before you go reaching for the most expensive, heaviest tool in the box just because it's new and everyone's talking about it. And here's the thing, most people miss in all of this every single time a new model drops. The model itself is only half the equation. The other half, the part nobody talks about nearly enough, is knowing how to actually talk to it. The biggest improvement most people will ever get isn't from a new model release at all. It's from learning how to write a clear prompt, break a big task down into smaller steps, and give the model the right context to actually work with from the start. A powerful new model handed a lazy, vague prompt still gives you back a lazy, vague result, no matter how many tokens of memory it's got or how good the benchmarks look. So while everyone else is sitting around waiting for this thing to officially drop, the best use of your time right now, today, is sharpening how you actually ask for what you want. Because that one skill carries over no matter which model ends up winning this race, and it'll still be useful long after whatever's hyped up today gets replaced by the next thing. If you're serious about making money online with AI digital products, I made a 100% free course that shows you exactly how I do that, step by step, click by click, so you can just copy me. It's completely free, and you can get it by clicking on the link in the description of this video. And if you want deeper guidance from me, you can also apply to book a free one-on-one call. On that call, I will give you a customized roadmap for you to start making money with an AI digital product. No previous experience needed. Spots fill up fast, so book yours now. All the links are in the description below this video.